say he was the Okozi son of Kichi Manadu. He was the son of the Great Spirit, Jesus. Hey, Boozhoo! Merry Christmas! Welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo. And today is our Christmas special. So today our special Ojibwe phrase, Ningodwazi, Niba, Anama E Gijagud. Merry Christmas. So yeah, now in Ojibwe Moan, in the Ojibwe language, the way we think of Merry Christmas, we say Ningodwazi, which is merry or happy. But then we say Niba Anama E, at night prayer or at night church. And then Gijagud, it's day. So Niba Anama E Gijagud, at night prayer day. And I think maybe I got that term from like midnight mass or whatever. So I'm just gonna say, and then Godwazi, Nipa, Anama E Gijagud. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, eh? Alright, you've been watching Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language, culture, and Christmas. I will see you again. Kigawaba min. Menawa, oh wa, ho ho, ho wa. They told me, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum, I have no gift to bring, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. Well, you got a drum there. How about that? That's a pretty good gift. Give him your drum. Give him your Dawai'i gun. And that's our Ojibwe word for today. Dawai'i gun, drum. No, I'm just kidding. Boozhoo, welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast where we used to teach Ojibwe language. And now we review books by Michael Lyons, So this week we've been reading Omic's Blood. And it's a Christmas story where Santa Claus is the bad guy and the vampires are the good guys. But okay, when we left off, Lilith had saved the day. And she found Omix on the train car. And she tells Omix that their dad is sick. So we're going to pick it up on page 45. Back at Castle Blood, Tina stood by the fireplace and sipped on a cup of hot apple cider. She stared into the flames with a worried expression that only a mother has. It's a long ride to the Elf Academy, she said. Please, my dear, Vladimir said from his bed. Lilith is the most capable young woman I have ever known. She grew up riding in these woods. There are no safer hands to deliver our daughter. Have you ever told her as much, Vladimir? Oh, I'm sure she knows, he replied. I'm not so sure. Vladimir looked sideways at his tiny wife. It was unprecedented for her to discuss Lilith. Tina continued to gaze into the flames. She has always strived to be the best at everything. She acts so fierce, but underneath she is a sad little girl. She has never forgiven me for what happened to her mother, Vladimir said quietly. Tina walked over and sat on the edge of the bed. Vladimir, she began carefully, when will you forgive yourself? Before he could answer, the room filled with a distant "Ow!" emanating from outside. Tina ran to the window. It's Dr. Fang, she said. Then leaning out, she shouted, Come on up, Doctor. As Tina was about to pull in the wooden shutters, she saw two distinct figures emerge from beneath the snow-crusted pines. Omix and Lilith had finally returned. The girls are here too, Tina cheered. Ah, yes, Vladimir said, smiling. My girls. Omix, riding the elegant and graceful doe, was the first to reach the stone fence in front of the old castle. Without a moment's hesitation, they easily hopped up and over. A few feet behind her, Lilith and her faithful steed perhaps a little wearier from the trip, thought differently and galloped around the gate.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
When everyone was finally together again in one room, Vladimir beamed. Amix pressed his hand against her cheek and smiled into his very soul. He said, "I know this is supposed to be a somber affair, the final deathbed speech, I suppose. But having my beautiful family around me fills my heart with such joy." "Vladimir, may I interrupt?" Dr. Fang said. "Ah, yes, and of course my handsome doctor too." "No, it's not that, Mr. Blood. I have good news." "What is it?" asked Tina. "I have consulted with both Dr. Frankenstein and Dr. Jekyll. Our experiments have concluded that there is a magical agent in elf-made fudge-striped cookies," he replied. "What does that have to do with anything, Doctor?" Lilith asked, growing impatient. Dr. Fang grinned, flashing gleaming white fangs, and said, "This agent in the cookies not only make them very tasty, but when eaten by a vampire on a blood-free diet, it works as a complete supplement." "You mean?" Tina began as tears of relief wet her eyes. "Yes," Dr. Fang continued. I read that weird. "Yes," Dr. Fang continued. "All you need to do, Vladimir, is to have a few fudge-striped cookies every now and then, and you should be fine." "But I don't understand," Tina said. "I've made those same cookies for you for years." "I have to come clean about something, my beloved," Vladimir said. "I have always been close-minded about elf-made food. Whenever you made cookies, I'd just pocket them and toss them out later." "You've got to be kidding me," Tina said, smiling. "Oh, for crying out loud," Amik said, and ran to the cookie jar in the kitchen. Returning, she held out an authentically made elf-made fudge-striped cookie and presented it to her thin and frail father. He took it into his nearly skeletal hand and considered it for a moment before taking a careful bite. Vladimir's eyes became wide as he paused in mid-chew. "This is what cookies taste like!" he exclaimed, spewing crumbs all over the place. "This is the most wonderful thing I've ever eaten," he said. Immediately, Vladimir started feeling better. Lines faded from his face and hands. His hair returned to black. He stood up from his bed looking 10 years younger as a healthy bluish-white tint returned to his skin. Lifting the sides of his robe like a cape, Vladimir flapped his arms, and all at the same time a bolt of lightning lit up the night sky, and a clap of thunder shook the room, and the tall, handsome vampire transformed into a majestic bat. After flying around the room a few times, he landed on the floor, and changed back. Oh, it feels so good to be back, he cheered. Amix was inspired, she said. You know, Dad, I've always been closed-minded about vampire food. You mean blood? Vladimir asked. Yeah, Amix replied. Maybe it's finally time I try it. Okay, we're going to stop right there for the day. It looks like Dad's going to be okay. What's his name? Vladimir. Turns out all he needs is a fudge striped cookie. Oh, Ziga, Debikan. Hey, just kidding. Hey, Boozhoo! Welcome to Christmas at Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo. Ningodwazi, Nipa, Anama E Gijagud. Merry Christmas. What was I saying? Give me one. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Nah, I'll tell them. Hey, Boozhoo! Welcome back to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo. And I gotta make a correction. Grandma here told me I was saying it's raining when I really meant it's cold. So last podcast I kept on saying, Burr, give me one. Like, Burr, it's raining. What I meant to say was, Burr, gisana, it is cold. Gisana, it is cold. So yeah. I thought about taking it down and redoing the podcast. You know what? Why don't I just tell you? So before you write in, yeah, Grandma just told me. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Nimanendam. I'm sorry. Okay, let's do that. Nimanendam. I'm sorry. The last podcast, when I said give me one, I meant gijade. Gijade. When I meant gisana. When I said give me one, I meant gisana. All right, so whatever. You've been watching Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast where I'm only human, you know. I will see you again. Kigo wabamin minowa hoa. All right, okay then. Think that'll keep the letters away, Grandma? I was walking along the road there and he comes up to a bridge and a guard comes out and he says, Hey, Black Knight, you want to come across this bridge? You're going to have to answer these questions 3. These questions 3. That's how they talk over there. And so Black Knight goes, yeah, okay, ask me the questions. And the guard goes, number 1, what gets wetter as it dries? And number 2, what part of an eagle never leaves the ground, even when it flies away? And number 3, what gifts can we give our children to teach them how to walk the red road? What gifts do we give our children to teach them how to love? What gifts will teach them how to walk the earth in a good way? So the Black Knight, he thinks about it for a while. He goes, okay, number 1, what gets wetter as it dries? What gets wetter as it dries? It says a towel. A towel gets wetter as it dries. And he goes, number 2, what part of an eagle never leaves the ground? Never leaves the ground. Even as it flies away, what part of an eagle never leaves the ground? And the Black Knight says, it's shadow. Yeah, I like that. And then finally, he says, number 3, what gifts can we give our children to teach them how to walk the earth in a good way? And the Black Knight thought, he goes, I know. You need to give them a ball and chain. I found this yesterday. It says, for children 3 and up. Can you believe that? Hey, Boozhoo ni Janashinabe Dog. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nano Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Nano Boozhoo, and I am your host. Yeah, so the Black Knight, Muckade Dibakad. And that's our word for today. Muckade Dibakad, Black Knight. I mean, I know they're talking about a different kind of knight, but it works here. And let's see, what else do I want to say about that? You think this is a good gift for a kid? I mean, yeah, it's totally inappropriate for a 2-year-old, but a 3-year-old, yeah. This is what they need. Teach them how to, I don't know. Okay, well, I guess that's all I have for today. Muckade, oh no, I know. You know that word muckade? That'll be our word black. Muckade. Where else have you heard that word? You remember? Muckade mashkiki wabu, right? I don't think I ever, explained. I mean, that means coffee, right? But it actually means black medicine water. So we got muckade, right? Black. And then you got mushkiki, muckade, mushkiki, medicine. And then wabu, right? And wabu is like a hot water that you sip. And don't let people come up and say, hey, Nana Boozhoo, water is Nibi. I saw it on a bottle. Yeah, that's water too. We have a couple of words for water. Anything else? No. Well, okay then. You have been watching Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Nana Boozhoo, and I guess I better go. Okay. Gigawabamin Minowa. I'll see you again. Oh, got a black knight. So he says to me, what does the Anishinaabe Santa say? I go, what? He goes, ho, 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 wah. Yeah, that was pretty good, for a 4th grader. Hey, Boozhoo, welcome back to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo. And we're gonna finish Amic's Blood by Michael Lyons today. Amic's Blood, the Christmas story with vampires and elves. And when we left off, we found out that Vladimir was very sick because he gave up drinking blood. But then Dr. Fang found out that if he just ate fudge stripe cookies, he should be okay. So let's pick it up on page 50. And there's Vladimir, and he says, oh, it feels so good to be back, he cheered. Amix was inspired. She said, you know, Dad, I've always been close-minded about vampire food. You mean blood? Vladimir asked. Yeah, Amix replied. Maybe it's time I finally try it. Oh, you really needn't, my dear. Except for its life-sustaining properties, I never missed it. Actually, Tina spoke up, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea. I mean, your vampire side is part of you, Amix. You shouldn't deny that part of your heritage. Gee, Mom, I always felt kind of weird about it. I know, my dear, but you are a vampire, and you are an elf. I love everything about you, exactly as you are. You don't need to worry about betraying one side for the other. Lilith slowly nodded her head in approval. She realized how much she and Tina truly had in common. She reached for her canteen. Here, Lilith said, and handed the blood-filled bottle to her sister. Why don't you toast your mother? She's a wise woman. You're lucky to have her. To my mom, Amik said, holding up the black leather canteen high into the air. She took a long gulp, and a thin scarlet drip made a line across her cheek. Suddenly, the small girl stiffened, and her heart started to race. Uh-oh, she thought. Tina asked, "What is it?" "I feel kind of funny," Mix said. "What's happening to me?" Her family raced to catch her, but Amix dropped to the floor and began to tremble. She curled into a tight ball and covered her head with her arms. "Doctor, do something!" Lilith shouted. "Oh, my dear Amix!" Vladimir cried. "What have you done?" To everyone's astonishment, two sleek black triangles tore through the back of her shirt and cape and unfolded into enormous bat wings. Nick slowly stood up with help from her parents. She was clearly exhausted, but seemed to be recovering. "Are you okay?" Tina asked. "I had no idea this would happen." "My darling, how do you feel? Something very strange has just happened," Vladimir said. The young girl the young girl slowly turned her head to see the wings she had just grown. With a nervous expression, Amix carefully moved them back and forth. "Amazing!" Dr. Fang exclaimed. "Apparently ingesting blood has affected your physiology." "Yeah, apparently," she said. "Are these what I think they are? Do you think they'll work?" "You look fantastic," Lilith said. "Of course they'll work." "Yes, Amix," her mother said, with a proud smile. "You're a vampire. It's in your blood." "And you're an elf," Lilith added. "And elves are good at everything they do." Amix stretched out her wings and looked at her reflection in the window. "What do you think, Dad?" Vladimir smiled and said, "I think we should have some milk and cookies with your dear old dad and quit while we're ahead." They all heartily agreed with Vladimir. With milk and cookies all around, they celebrated into the night. They rejoiced in their good fortune to have each other right here together, if only for the moment. Epilogue, December 25th, 25 years later. Amix and Stephen were once again playing cards. Only this time they sat together in their living room in front of a tree beautifully decorated in orange and black. For a full minute there was complete silence. "Is it my turn?" Stephen asked. "Nope," Amix replied. "It's mine. And Gin spells?" Then slapping down a winning hand, she calls out, "Gin!" "Aw, man, I want a divorce." "Ha, no way, baby," Amix said. "You're mine forever." Just then the doorbell rang. "That'll be the kids," Amix said, jumping up. Stephen accompanied his winged wife to the door. Opening the door, the happy couple were greeted by their 3 children. "Trick or treat!" they shouted. "Happy Halloween!" Amix and Stephen lovingly replied. And I'm going to say Merry Christmas. The end. Oh, what? What a book. Nicely done, Michael. Amix Blood by Michael Lyons. And there you have it. There's a link in the description. You can buy your own copy. Thank you so much for watching Boozhoo Nano Boozhoo. And I will see you again. Digawaba Min, Minawa. Ho what? I don't know. Should I oh, it's not even on. Okay. Checking 1, 2. I don't even know if I'm not even sure if the microphones will pick this up. Let's see. Let me try this. Nope. Welcome to Boozhoo, Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Yeah, hey, Boozhoo ni Jonashanabe Dog, and welcome back to Boozhoo, Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And yeah, I was just sitting here on my Madwewe Chigan, my piano. And that'll be our special word today, Madwewe Chican, piano. But let's see, I also want to talk about this and that. Hey, I'm going to talk about this and that today. I'm going to talk about Owe, Iwe, and Iwede. Iwede. But like if I was going to say this piano, I'd say Madwewe Chican, Owe. That's with an O-W-E, Owe. And if I was going to say that piano, I'd say Madwewe Chigan, Iwe. I-W-E, Iwe. And then if I wanted to say that piano over there, I'd say Madwewe Chigan, Iwede. Madwewe Chigan, Iwede. Iwede over there. So yeah, Owe, Iwe, and Iwede. Over there. This, that, over there. This, that, and the other thing. Yeah, okay. So then, Madwewe Chican. What can I say about the piano? You know, I'm really more of a guitar player than a piano player. But, okay. Begging your pardon. I don't like to give people advice, but this is just for the kids. I'm gonna play the elder card. If I'm older than you, which I probably am, think of me as your elder. I'm gonna give you a little advice. If you watch this show and you see and you think, oh, I want to learn how to play the guitar. Oh, I want to play the piano or sing. I like to sing. And oh, look at that guy. He's drawing cartoons. How do you learn to draw so well? Sometimes kids come up to me and they go, oh, wow, how do you know how to draw? Well, you know how I know how to draw and play the guitar and sing and do all this stuff? So I don't have a phone. And I grew up without a phone, there was no Facebook when I was a kid. And, I feel bad for you guys. There's so many ways to entertain yourself. You can play video games, or you can watch movies, or you can get on this Facebook. And I know here I am trying to get people to watch my videos on Facebook. But, you got to take a break sometimes too, right? Okay, enough of that. Enough preaching. So yeah. Madwewe Chigan, the piano. And that's all I have for today. So yeah. Why don't you sit down and write a song? You can write a song on the piano. Okay, let's try it. Alright, miigwech. Thank you for watching. Boozhoo, Nana Boozhoo. Ngodwazi, Nipa, Anamae, Gija Good. Merry Christmas. And I will see you again. We will see you again. Gigawabamin, Minawa, Hoa.